Welcome everybody in our third lecture of our HTML course. In the previous lecture, we covered comments and tags that are placed in the head section. Finally, in this lecture, we will write the content which will be displayed in the web page. And we have to pay more attention from now on. If you did, sure, you will become professional HTML developer. Again, pay more attention please. You already knew in the previous lecture that World Wide Web was made originally for the sake of sharing scientific papers. And so HTML was developed basically to display scientific paper. What does this mean? Simply a scientific research paper isn't like any article or news website, but it should be thoroughly organized with the main title for the research and subtitles, which in turn may have subtitles. Also, there are abbreviations, definitions, images, in addition to research author name and many other characteristics of scientific research paper. And we should never forget that the background about the lovely HTML, some people may disagree with this word, as there are many people consider HTML a ridiculous language. But this consideration is due to the wrong learning methods used to teach HTML, where many learners only taught to memorize HTML reference and rules without even understanding them or why they are like this. So understanding what is under the hood make it easy to accept HTML as a lovely and easy language. So let's dive into the lecture. Since titles are very important in research paper, they should have special attention to have their own tags. They are called headings or H because it is a heading for the following section. And as we said, the tag itself is denoted by H. Notice here, most of all tags implemented with the implementation of HTML language are usually single character as H here to decrease the bandwidth usage and storage space. And headings are 6 types, ranging from H1 to H6, where H1 is the top level and H2 is subheading and so on, arranging in a semantic manner. Also, heading has both opening and closing tags since they have content to be displayed. As pure HTML, you would notice that displayed text size is the largest with H1 and smallest for H6. But as we said that this is not the purpose for using 6 types, but the main purpose is semantic. While if you want to control the size, you are supposed to use styles or CSS. Do you keep a secret? Many developers don't know that HTML specifications recommend not to use H1 more than once in a single web page, since it represents the main heading of the page, but for other headings from 2 to 6, it is okay to be used multiple times. And again, if you want to change the size, don't use the heading itself, use styles. So, what if we didn't adhere to the specifications? Would it raise an error? No. The page would be displayed so fine, but maybe some and not all research engines will not parse the page correctly. Another confusion would be with screen readers, such as a blind person may be confused when he hears heading 2 and jump to heading 4. He may think there is a missing part on the page. So far so good. We may leave headings now and let's get into the paragraphs. And yes, as you expected, the tag is P. It have opening and closing tag. Note that a new line inside the paragraph in the source code would be displayed as a single space in the page. So what if I want to have multiple lines in single paragraphs? Like what we want to write a poem, for example. There is an empty tag called line break or BR. and so it is a self-closing tag since it is an empty tag with no content. And self-closing tags are recommended to have a trailing slash to be compatible with XHTML strict specifications. Now, what if we want to change the background of a single word in a paragraph by applying styles? Someone may suggest we may nest another paragraph or wrap this word inside a paragraph tag and apply styles inside this paragraph, such as this example. But the result was horrible. Why? This is because P is a block level element. Wait. What is a block level element? Okay, HTML elements are two types, block level and inline elements. The difference is that block level occupies the whole block or the whole page width. It does not accept any elements before or after it in the same line. On contrary, an inline element is so friendly they could accept elements besides them either before or after on the same line. So, how could this be solved? Simply there is a generic inline tag called span. It is only or it is just a container tag used to apply styles or attributes to its content, either text or other tags. And here is an example. Before we end our lecture, I want to reference two attributes that could be used with any element, which are ID and class. What are their uses, or what are they? They are mainly used in conjunction with CSS and JavaScript to control the content. They are attributes that hold a name, but the difference between them is that ID must be distinct for a single element in the whole web page, while multiple elements may be assigned with the same class. And now we have reached to the end of our lecture. Let's begin the apply section. So now we are going to use our elements we studied today in our lecture. First we will use headings. First h1. Let's say heading 1. Just save and refresh our page. It appears as heading 1. Then try h2. And h4. h5, heading 5, and finally h6. Then save and refresh the page. We'll see the 6 types of headings with 6 different sizes, but again, as we said, this is not intended to be used as CSS, but to change their style we could use CSS. Let's use our paragraph. This is our main paragraph. After we check, we will find it begins as at a new line, and again, if we took this tag and put it just beside the heading 1, again refresh, it is still begins with a new line because it is block line element. And if we did line break like this, then nothing changed. So we can use BR or line break tag, which is really will make a true line break or actual line break. If we want to change the style of this word, so we may add a tag like another paragraph inside this paragraph and give it a style of color of red color. Let's see. Okay, oops, it changed the color, but it make a third paragraph. But if we used span instead of p or instead of paragraph, then everything is okay. The style is changed for the main word without changing any of the structure of the paragraph. Finally, to assign class attribute and id attribute, we just write class and the name of the class that we want, say class 1, and id in the same manner. Let's say heading 3 id. Again, we can assign class 1 to another element. There is no problem in this. And when we refresh the page, nothing happened because we didn't use these attributes in either as styles or using JavaScript. If we choose to put this id into another element, nothing will happen actually now, but it will an error will occur if we try to use this id using JavaScript. Also, we can assign more than a class to a single element. Let's say class 2, class 3. It is okay, there is no problem in this. Use it so much when applying styles, either using Bootstrap or our custom made styles. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to be notified with every new video. And if you have any questions or suggestions, just leave a comment. Thank you and goodbye.